Good afternoon, Dandelion. Before we begin our painting, please make sure you have everything you need. You have your board, your wet paper, your jar of water, wet sponge, all of your colors in a row, of course an apron to protect your clothes, and your brush. I hope you've already said your verse before we begin. Let's begin. Iwas, 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 maligo at maghugas. Pinsel ay babasain at patutuyuin bago bumisita sa kaibigang dilaw. We're going to be placing lemon yellow all around the ground here at the bottom. You're going to be starting with smooth straight strokes while our paper is nice and wet. Next, we are going to be placing the top of Baldur's head, painting his blonde hair going up just until his shoulders. You're also going to be placing the hair on his face at the bottom part of it. Let's wash our brush and dry it. And now we are going to go straight to Prussian blue to make his tunic, leaving some space at his shoulders for his cape. You're going to go straight down to his arms and to his hips here, trying not to mix too much with the yellow. Now we clean our brush and dry our brush and go into carmine red to place his red cape. Going down around his shoulders, we leave some space for his hands. You go behind his arms here. And then we leave some space also for his legs here. And we paint the cape in the space between them. And we clean our brush once again after letting the two parts around his neck almost touch. But they will not completely touch because we need to place golden yellow there. So let's clean our brush and dry it and gather the bristles together. And we are going to be placing a gold medal that gathers the cape around his neck. And this same gold is what we will use to place the upper part of his face, and his mouth, his hands, and his legs here at the bottom. Let's wash our brush and dry it. And then we can shape his hair and face a little bit better with the paint that's already on the paper. And we leave that be for now, washing our brush once again and drying it. And now we are going to dip a little bit into our Prussian blue again, and we are going to scatter it all around the yellow ground so that we can then blend it into a nice green. And for now, we're just focusing on blending the color. You can leave some space that's still yellow around Balder, because it is said that when Balder walks, the ground puts forth some blossoms because of his beauty. And so we can imagine him shining this bright light wherever he goes. We wash our brush once again. We dry it. And now we go into our ultramarine blue to make a beautiful sky. But we only dip it once. Hopefully your paper is still very wet. And if not, you can use water to be able to spread around the ultramarine paint. And we are going to be shaping around his head here. You're going around it. So you can see where it is. It will be very hard to draw Balder's face because he is so beautiful. So what we will do is we will show what the sky and the ground shows when he passes by. Dry your brush, put it aside, fold your sponge, and squeeze out the water. And I want you to roll it up this way so that you can get sort of a spiral. And you will be using this to put flowers on the ground by dabbing it, and these flowers will appear. And you can shape them by sort of squeezing your brush or folding it, whichever way you want to make a stamp effect. And then we can also make some straight lines with our sponge and make it curve a bit by using our thumb like this, and then we can show some birds in the sky, because just the same way that flowers appear on the ground when Balder passes by, birds fly to be near him. Now you can flatten your sponge again, and please remember right after your painting to wash or soak the sponge so that it can be clean once again. Now for the finishing touches, I'm just going to be adding a little more of the lemon yellow to define his hair a little bit better. You may skip this step if you are happy with how it looks like currently. And that is our painting of Balder the Beautiful. Please clean your sponge and your brush well after this painting before you leave your painting out to dry.